Welcome to Huntington, West Virginia. Go ahead and put your headphones in, step out onto the pavement, and take a deep breath. We are starting our 12-minute walking tour right outside the DoubleTree Hotel on 3rd Avenue. Before we take our first steps, I want you to take a long look around. This is the heart of what locals affectionately call the Jewel City. If you look to the north, just a couple of short blocks away, you will find the banks of the mighty Ohio River. That waterway is the absolute lifeblood of this region. It connects this Appalachian city to the deep, complex industrial and frontier history of the entire river valley. Long before the concrete and the asphalt were laid down, that river basin was a vital corridor for early explorers, frontier forts, and ancient indigenous cultures that left their mark on the surrounding valleys. Today, we are going to explore the modern and historic heartbeat of downtown Huntington. We only have about a half of a mile of ground to cover today, but we are going to take our time. At a slow, deliberate pace, this route will perfectly fill our time together, allowing you to absorb the architecture, the local culture, and the story of how this city was built, lost its way, and brilliantly reinvented itself. Let us begin by walking out of the hotel parking area and turning left onto the sidewalk of 3rd Avenue. We are only going to walk a very short distance, about 100 feet, before we reach the corner of 10th Street. As you walk, notice how wide and carefully organized these streets are. Huntington did not just organically spring up from the wilderness over hundreds of years. It was meticulously, intentionally planned from the very beginning. In the late 19th century, a railroad magnate named Collis P. Huntington decided that this exact stretch of flat land along the Ohio River would be the absolute perfect western terminus for his Chesapeake and Ohio Railway. He brought in surveyors and laid out this rigid, practical grid of wide avenues and numbered streets. The city was designed specifically to move massive amounts of coal, timber, and people with maximum efficiency. Go ahead and make a left turn onto 10th Street. We are going to head south now, walking slightly uphill away from the river toward 4th Avenue. As we walk down this block, take a moment to look at the brickwork on the older buildings around you. This town was built on a solid foundation of heavy industry. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, this grid was deafeningly loud. It was filled with the hiss of steam locomotives, the ringing of railcar manufacturing, and the roar of massive glass factories. The wealth generated by that massive industrial boom built the sturdy, beautiful commercial architecture that still lines these streets today. You can see the heavy stone cornices, the arched windows, and the faded ghost signs painted on the sides of the brick alleyways, whispering the names of businesses that existed a century ago. Keep walking straight ahead. We are approaching the intersection of 10th Street and 4th Avenue. Right here on the corner, you will see the modern studios for the local television broadcasting stations. Take a moment to stop on this corner. Seeing a modern television broadcasting hub right in the middle of a historic downtown grid is a perfect reflection of how this city functions as an anchor for the region. Huntington is the second largest city in West Virginia, and it serves as the cultural, medical, and media epicenter for a massive area that stretches across the borders into Ohio and Kentucky. Historically, communication and connection have always been the defining traits of this specific location. 200 years ago, news traveled up and down the Ohio River on wooden flatboats and massive, steam-powered sternwheelers. 150 years ago, the telegraph wires followed Collis P. Huntington's railroad tracks directly into this town. Today, the digital signals beamed out of this building continue that exact same legacy, keeping the surrounding Appalachian communities connected to the world. Now, let us turn right onto 4th Avenue. We are going to walk west for about 1/10 of a mile, heading toward 9th Street. Settle into a comfortable, easy walking pace here. 4th Avenue is one of the most vital, historic commercial corridors in the entire city. As you walk, look at the storefronts on both sides of the street. For decades, this avenue was the undisputed retail king of the region. Before the massive suburban shopping malls were built out by the interstate in the 1970s and 80s, this was where absolutely everyone in the tri-state area came to shop, eat, and see a show on a Friday night. It was the place to see and be seen. But this street has also survived incredible natural devastation. I want you to picture the winter of 1937. The Ohio River experienced a catastrophic, historic flood. The water crested at over 69 feet, which was nearly 20 feet above flood stage. If you had been standing on this exact sidewalk in January of 1937, you would have been standing in freezing, muddy river water up to your chest. The floodwaters completely inundated downtown, destroying businesses and leaving thousands of people completely homeless. But the people of Huntington are fiercely, stubbornly resilient. They waited for the water to recede, they shoveled the thick river mud out of their storefronts by hand, they completely rebuilt their downtown, and they convinced the federal government to build a massive, 11-mile-long flood wall to ensure the river could never take their city again. As we continue down 4th Avenue, you might notice a vibrant, youthful energy mixing with the historic brick. That is the undeniable influence of Marshall University. The university campus sits just a few blocks east of here, and its massive presence fundamentally alters the DNA of downtown Huntington. The students bring a constant, renewing wave of art, music, and energy to these streets. When the Thundering Herd plays a home football game in the crisp autumn air, this entire avenue becomes a massive sea of Kelly green and white, completely transforming the downtown grid into a massive, unified community celebration. We have reached the intersection of 4th Avenue and 9th Street. Go ahead and make a right turn here. You are now stepping into Center Plaza and the area famously known as 9th Street Live. Instantly, you will notice that the physical design of the street changes entirely. The sidewalks are much wider, the street is paved with beautiful decorative bricks, and there are planter boxes, wooden benches, and string lights crisscrossing overhead. Walk slowly down this block, heading north back toward 3rd Avenue. This plaza is the absolute social heartbeat of modern Huntington. Over the last 2 decades, the city has poured immense effort and funding into making this specific block a pedestrian-friendly, welcoming gathering space. During the summer months, this street is routinely shut down to vehicular traffic for the 9th Street Live concert series. Imagine this space on a warm Friday evening in July. The street is packed with hundreds of locals, the patios of the surrounding restaurants are overflowing with people eating and laughing, and a local band is playing on a stage set up right on the brick pavement. It is a brilliant, highly successful effort to bring the community back to the urban core. As you walk past these storefronts, perhaps noticing the local clothing boutiques, the independent coffee shops, or the craft eateries, you are witnessing the beautiful revitalization of a Rust Belt city in real time. When the heavy manufacturing and the rail jobs declined heavily in the late 20th century, Huntington, like many Appalachian cities, faced some incredibly dark, difficult decades. The storefronts emptied out, and the future seemed uncertain. But the people here refused to let their city simply fade away into history. They pivoted. They leaned heavily into the arts, local gastronomy, small business entrepreneurship, and community events to breathe life back into these historic buildings. This street is a living, breathing monument to Appalachian reinvention and stubborn hope. As we reach the end of the 9th Street Plaza, we are going to continue straight ahead for just a couple hundred feet. We are carefully crossing over 3rd Avenue and stepping directly into Pullman Square. You have arrived at our final destination. Stop here and take a slow, full look around this massive, multi-block, open-air entertainment and retail complex. You will see a modern movie theater, a comedy club, fountains, and massive outdoor patios. Pullman Square, which officially opened in 2004, is the undisputed crown jewel of Huntington's downtown renaissance. But the very ground you are standing on holds a deep, poetic irony. Remember Collis P. Huntington, the man who founded this city as a railroad hub? For over a century, this exact piece of land was a massive, loud, heavily polluted Baltimore and Ohio railway yard. It was an absolute tangle of steel tracks, black coal dust, and loud switching engines that completely cut the downtown grid off from the Ohio River. When the rail yard was finally abandoned and torn down, it left a massive, ugly, empty scar right in the absolute center of the city. The construction of Pullman Square healed that scar. It reclaimed the industrial brownfield and turned it back over to the people, serving as the commercial anchor that sparked the entire revitalization of the downtown grid you just walked through. You have just walked a half mile through the incredible history of the Ohio River Valley,